morning everyone, hope you're going well. Just heading out to the other farm to draft up some ewe lambs, and got the agent and the guys coming to do the assessment to put them on Auctions Plus on the online selling platform. Scanned ewes yesterday, didn't get any footage, there was a fair bit going on. So we scanned just shy of 1,400, I said 1,398 or something, and there was 148 that weren't pregnant, and the rest of them were a mixture of obviously twins and singles. So they've come back at 136%, which is it's PB, so pretty happy about that. That's a fantastic result. We're up about 12% on year on scanning percentages. So we've changed a bit of management in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, and we used to scrape and scratch to get to 100%, and we changed a few things and sort of got to 115, and then we were hovering around that 125%. So good. We sort of, it's probably a bit of luck rather than good management. We changed just purely because we're a bit busy at joining time. We just changed the way we manage the ewes at joining time. Manage the rams. We usually put the rams in for a fortnight, pull them out for a week, and then put them back in for 2 weeks. This time, just with how busy we were, I just decided to leave the rams in they were nearly in for 6 weeks in total. We also didn't have any maiden ewes this year, so that generally you'll get a percentage of maiden ewes that won't join in their first year. So so that has definitely probably helped as well. So we've potentially got a bit over 1,800 fetuses on board, so that's going to be really good. So we're just going to now concentrate on getting them, looking after the ewes. We've got a shear. I've spoken to the shearing I've rang the shearing contractor this morning, left a message, so we'll get them shorn at the end of this month, or sort of first week of next month, and then we'll split them up into their little mobs, and then it'll be time for lambing. So we'll start lambing the first week of April, or the 1st of April, or give or take either side of the 1st of April. Most of them, they can actually scan to a date. So essentially, if the ewes join on their first cycle or second cycle, they can actually see when they scan, give you a bit of a time frame. We could have split them up to sort of lambing date within a bit. But Joe the scanner, he said they're all pretty probably joined on the first, like on their first cycle, which is really good. So hopefully lambing will be reasonably tight. Obviously we'll get a few towards the end of that 5 or 6 week period, but hopefully most of them will be in that first week. So Brendan's still on the bucket. I'm going to probably try and get him set up today, just to start and laser the bays rather than just filling the channels in. Tony's got a bit of spraying to do, just with the little tractor. As I said, I'm coming out here to get these ewe lambs in. We've got contractors coming to spread lime, so they'll be here in about an hour. It's about 7:30 now. And I might even just say we've had a drone update. I was hoping to have done a video on now just to compare the old and the new. But some of you that sort of watch on Instagram would have seen the bit of footage that I put up the other day. So I've got the drone with me, so I might even throw it up while they're spreading lime, and we'll have a look, a bit of a bird's eye view. And I've actually ordered. Had someone ask about the feeder house floor in the header, so I have actually ordered an aftermarket stainless steel floor. So there's a guy at Swan Hill, and I'll talk about it when it turns up. But there's a guy that's actually making stainless steel aftermarket parts for like the high wear areas and that. So I had a look on his website, and sure enough, he had one. So I think it was about $1,400 to buy a genuine one. I think it was it was crazy. I think it was about 4,000 or something, so a bit of a savings there. So we'll yeah, try and get that at some stage and get it in. So yeah, just chipping away at it. We're going to run into the weekend shortly, so yeah, not look out, we've got one with a bit of Flystrike. That's not good. So yeah, anyway, we'll keep chipping away at it. There's plenty of other stuff to do, so yeah. I'm getting a bit slack with this camera footage, so we got the ewe lambs sorted up, and the assessment. I actually had to go and meet the spreader trucks, so I didn't, yeah, the boys did it while I was gone. So anyway, that's all right. I've got to go back out there. We've got 25 or 30 odds and ends that they drafted out that I'm going to put the crate on the trailer and bring home. What I've got here though, I've got one, caught that one that was Flystrike. So yeah, you can just see they basically start at around the tail. There's a bit of poo there, and they'll just work their way up their back. So it's sort of looking like with the rain and that, we give them a with the back line, the preventative we put on them, it's a bit like an area guard. It's starting to wear out or wear off, so it's only obviously got a lifespan. So hopefully I can set this up. We've got a little cordless handpiece here that's perfect for doing this sort of thing. Yeah, and then I've got some fly treatment there that I'll put on her. So I'll try and set this camera up and you can watch what I'm going to do and try and talk you through it. So you can see flies just essentially, and excuse if you've got a weak stomach, flies just basically lay eggs. The eggs hatch and they turn into maggots, and then they basically just feast on
on the sheep, and the sheep eventually dies of blood poisoning. So yeah, it's a pretty cruel way to go. Hopefully we've got this one in time, but you can see, worst thing with it is they can sort of be struck. It can be just a dark spot, and they can actually be struck up sort of under their fleece. Yeah, it's a bit hard to, if you sort of trained eye picks it, but if you don't know what you're looking for, it is a bit hard. Yeah, but fingers crossed this one will be alright. We'll put a bit of stuff on it now, and I like to shear the wool off them just so they've got a bare area, so the maggots and that haven't got anywhere to hide. So anyway, we'll splash a bit of stuff on her and hopefully she'll be okay. They do look a bit funny, and she'll probably get teased by the other sheep, but it's better than the alternative. So I'll just leave her here in the shade for a little bit until we get these other ones home, but hopefully we've got it in time. But yeah, it's pretty cruel way to with what happens, and that's why we sort of do what we do. Yeah, it's pretty important to keep the dags and that off their backsides, and yeah, the treatment with the back lining, it's yeah, pretty important. But wet summers aren't, wet humid summers are sort of perfect for flies. The product Click that we use, or Click Extra, whatever it's called, it's got, I think it gives about 16 weeks of protection, but we lose a week every 25 mil of rain that we have, I think. So, you know, with the rain that we've had, it's probably surprising that it's lasted as long as what it has. We have had a couple of ewes that I treated a ewe yesterday that was a bit struck, so yeah, we just have to, if it keeps raining and humidity's up, we'll just have to keep track of the sheep. And just talking to Sarah's brother next door, he's got sheep, he's been treating a few struck ones too, so it's, yeah, starting to run its course. So. Wake up, sleepyhead. Apologies for the wind, but it's pretty windy again. You're just going to run the ewes in, or these are the twins, the ewes that are twin bearing, and then the ones that don't have they're dry, don't have a lamb on board, so I'm going to run them in and just draft the dry ewes off. So we're gonna, it won't be this week, be next week. We'll get the yeah, send the dry ewes off to market, and then yeah, we'll get the twin ewes sort of set up. We've still got to shear everything yet, but we'll get them set up for yeah, lambing. Got the critters on board, most of the critters. Anyway, bit overcast today after a hot weekend. Sort of been a couple of days since we started this one, but yeah, got the weekend out of the way. I think it might have got to 39 or something yesterday, so yeah, we didn't do too much yesterday, but no, back into it now. Come here.
So got all the sheep sorted up and back in the paddock. And yeah, just got to do the mob out the back, which we might try and get done in the next couple of days. We've just had a couple of showers of rain, bit of a thunderstorm. They did have 10 or 12 mil forecast for today, but I'd say some spots would have ended up with it. I'll just turn this around. Yeah, you can see it's been one go round. A couple of storms go around to the north of us, and a couple down to the south, where it's humidity's back up again, but the wind has nicked off. It's been quite windy today, which has been a pain in the arse. I've been playing shed Tetris, so we've got all the hay out of the main machinery shed. I need to get once I get a tractor that's got nothing on the back of it, I'll get the mower picked up and get it back in here. I've got the pickup front, it needs to go back in somewhere. But yeah, just the windrow front from the windrow, it hadn't been. I gave it a wash up the other day, and yeah, good to get it back under cover. Corn front, yeah, it's been out in the weather since we brought it home, so we've got it in. But yeah, there's still, the tractor and boom spray will go in here somewhere. The other shed still does have hay in it, but I'm going to leave it probably in there for the time being. The air seeder and the big header front are over there, and then yeah, we've got the balers need to come out. Well, the baler will probably press hay again on the contract job, I'd say. Round baler needs to come out and get cleaned up. We've got some swallows in the shed that are determined. They sit up on the cables there, and they're determined to cover everything in shit. So we need to, yeah, probably work out an exit strategy for them and get them out. But yeah, just wanted to get a bit of this stuff undercover. It's all worth too much to have sitting out in the big blue shed getting sunburnt. So, but yeah, we do have plans. When we built this shed, we left this end wall open. Do have plans to potentially put another couple of bays on it. Yeah, I've got a bit of an idea, but obviously funding permitted. I'd like to put a couple of bays with a couple of concrete bunkers in that we could, put tip fertiliser in rather than putting it in field bins. Yeah, and we could, tip grain in there or hay or whatever. But yeah, we just need to get a bit of spare cash to be able to do it. But anyway, time will tell. But yeah, cloud's quite heavy it's gone round to the north, so someone's getting some. That'll probably do for this one. We'll wind it up. Yeah, sheep working next few days. Brendan's still chipping away with the laser bucket over at the other farm, so we'll slip over and have a look at what he's up to at some point in time, where he's at with that. Yeah, anyway, thanks again for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Ta-da.